You may have heard of the school-to-prison pipeline, a phenomenon that exposes children to the criminal legal system later in life through disciplinary practices in schools. Studies have shown that this pipeline disproportionately affects children of color, but the impact of this pipeline on students with disabilities remains understudied. My dissertation focused on understanding the relationship between disability and involvement in the criminal legal system. To research this topic, I analyzed data from the National Longitudinal Study of Adolescent to Adult Health. This comprehensive study has followed a nationally representative sample of adolescents into adulthood, collecting data on a wide range of topics, including physical and mental health, social relationships, education, and employment. What I found was alarming. Students who are identified as having a learning disability or who receive special education services while in school in the United States had a 31% higher odds of being involved in the criminal legal system. The presence of a disability was also associated with a 51% decrease in the odds of high school graduation and a 128% decrease in the odds of attaining a bachelor's degree or higher education. Given these staggering numbers, we need to give more attention as a society to disability in our efforts to break the school-to-prison pipeline. My findings are critical because disability is often neglected and almost never considered as a factor of criminal legal system involvement. Additionally, it is alarmingly seldom included in current efforts to decarcerate. Moreover, disability is identified in early childhood during the special education and reasonable accommodation process in schools, which suggests that there is opportunity to intervene earlier and prevent later involvement in the criminal legal system. If we continue to fail to consider disability as a factor in how and why students end up in the criminal legal system, we will continue to miss this opportunity for intervention. In other words, we must demand that schools have the resources to provide reasonable accommodations to students with disability, including using alternative forms of discipline to prevent discriminatory and punitive practices. Such early interventions can break the school-to-prison pipeline and create more equitable educational environments. One of the key challenges I faced in my research was assessing accurate and comprehensive data on this issue. There is a lack of standardized data collection methods and a general underreporting of disability status in longitudinal data. Given the dearth of data on the relationship between disability and the school-to-prison pipeline, it is essential that we collect comprehensive data on students with disabilities over their life course, including any contacts with the criminal legal system that they may have. By gathering more data and including disability as a key variable, we can gain a better understanding of the intersection between school-age disability and involvement in the criminal legal system, which would then allow us to develop more effective intervention and policy to break the school-to-prison pipeline. Thank you.